Hey guys, it's me Betty and welcome back to Betty's Books. Today's video is my first reading wrap up of the year. It's now September, so logically this is the August reading wrap up. I read 5 books this month. It was actually a really good reading month, like lots of very high ratings in here. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. So the first book I read this month was All In by Jennifer Lynn Barnes. This is the 3rd book in the Natural series, and I feel like I've been talking about the series a lot on this channel recently, but it's just so good. The series basically follows a girl called Cassie who gets like enlisted, recruited, that's the one I'm looking for, into this like FBI program for gifted kids who solve cold cases, and she profiles people, meaning that she can basically just read their body language and like tell people how they're feeling and stuff, and it's really cool. And there are 4 other teenagers at this program. We got a lie detector, someone who knows I can never say this word, statistics on literally anything, an emotion reader, and another profiler, and they basically just go around solving cases together. And the first 2 books I gave 4.5 stars, but this one took the cake for me, and it got a 5. So yeah, and linking onto that, so basically next book I read is Bad Blood, but also by Jennifer Lynn Barnes, obviously, and this is the 4th and final book, and I also gave it 5 stars. These 2 are more linked together than the first 2 are, so these 2 are kind of like, I don't know, the plots are more linked, but then the first 2 are kind of more singular, but they follow the same characters, and I love the characters, I love them all so much, and I'm really sad that it's over. Yeah, so I'd highly recommend that you read the series. I know this last one, it's like 500 pages. I know it looks a bit intimidating, but like the book ends about, hold on, because there's a novella in here as well called 12. So the actual book, Bad Blood, ends, this is taking a really long time, I'm deeply sorry. It ends here. So here is the actual book, and here is the novella. So the actual book is like 400 pages, and then the novella is about 100. But yeah, I loved them both. Again, 5 stars overall, 5-star series, probably 6-star series. I started The Inheritance Games. I've read the first one. I only have the first one, and I think I gave it 4.25 stars. I think, but yeah, overall, at the moment, I enjoyed the Naturals much more, but I will be continuing with the Inheritance Games at some point, so yeah. Now, one thing you might not know about me is that I'm a big history nerd. Big history nerd. So this is a little bit of a change of pace for me. This is a non-fiction. Very fancy. This is A History of Britain in 10 Enemies by Terry Deary. He created the wonderful, iconic British children's TV show Horrible Histories, and I grew up on that show. I love it so much. All the songs just randomly go through my head all the time, especially like the theme song and like Charles II and all that. if you know what I mean, you know what I mean. But if you haven't experienced the pure joy of Horrible Histories, then I feel sorry for you and you really should go watch it. But basically this pretty much does what it says on the tin. It's about a history of Britain in 10 enemies. So there's like the Dutch Empire, Italy, America, Germany, Ireland. There's 10 different like countries and empires and stuff that we've had a history with. And it basically actually goes into quite a bit of detail about all of the interactions that we've had with them in the past, but it doesn't feel overwhelming. It feels like it flows really well, and Terry Deary is really funny. Like, obviously I know this because of Horrible Histories, but I've never read one of his books before. I didn't read the Horrible Histories books because I didn't know there were books until after I'd gone out of the phase, which is a bit upsetting. But yeah, and like I've never like laughed out loud at a book before, but this made me laugh. And I was like, my parents would look at me funny if I was reading with them in the room or something. And yeah, I actually loved, and I just really enjoyed it, and I think I gave it, hold on, let me consult the little piece of paper, 4.25 stars. Yeah, it was just great. It was like perfect for my first like non-fiction. And yeah, he's got a new one coming out on the 25th of September, which is this month, which is really great, and it's about revolutions. I think it's called like Revolutionaries or something like that. But yeah, so I'll definitely be reading that. So I'd highly recommend this for anyone who's looking for a little introduction into non-fiction, or if you're just really into history, really, like me. So, the last two were very big surprises for me. I wasn't expecting to love them as much as I did. And the first one is A Language of Dragons by S.F. Williamson. Let's take a minute to appreciate the sprayed edges, and it gets better. We have gorgeous end papers, and it gets better again. Look at that. It's so pretty and shiny, and it's got dragons on it. And this book basically follows Vivian Featherswallow, and she lives in London in 1923, but there are dragons. It's like an alternate universe, I guess, where there are dragons just roaming about. And yeah, it basically, it says all this in the blurb, by the way. She like accidentally starts a civil war, and she gets sent to Bletchley Park, which, as I said before, history nerd, so I went, ooh, Alan Turing, you know, with all his like Enigma code breaking stuff. And it was just so interesting. I saw a review of it that said that like the middle can get a bit boring with all the linguistic stuff, because Vivian speaks like a lot of dragon tongues, so basically dragons have their own languages, hence the title, Language of Dragons, like humans do. So like Bulgarian dragons will speak like Bulgarian for dragons, and then English dragons will speak like English for dragons, if you know what I mean. And it was just so interesting. Like it wasn't boring for me at all. I loved every second of it. The writing was great, the characters were so well fleshed out, and the world building was just so good. It just made so much sense for some reason. It felt really real, maybe because it's like set in London and London's an actual place, but I don't know, it just felt so amazing. But now I have to wait until the 1st of January for the second one to come out. This is a duology, so this is obviously the first one and the second one's the last one. But here's the thing, that cover's red. And what I've been noticing a lot with duologies is that the first book is blue and the second one is red. Like with this, first book blue, second one red. Divine Rivals, first blue, second red. Sisters of Sword and Shadow, first blue, second red. It just happens, it happens a lot. So like if someone can explain why to me, that would be great. I mean, I love it. I mean, I love both blue and red, so it's like a very good colour scheme for me. It pleases my eye very much, but maybe that's just the intention, but I don't know. But either way, this was 5 stars, probably even 6 stars, and I loved it. I loved it so much, and it was so good. And I loved the politics, the dragons, obviously. There was just so much politics, and there was a lot about languages in that, and I really liked all like the I love how I'm talking about languages and I can't even speak properly. I really liked all of the linguistic stuff in it, and just, yeah, please read this book. Now, the last one was also a big surprise to me, and I thought, as I was really honest with myself, and I was like, as soon as September hits, you're going to go straight into autumn mode, so you kind of need to close off the summer with a bang, with a big summer book kind of thing. So I went with The Summer of Broken Rules by K.L. Walther. I think that's how you say it. I don't know if it's Walter or Walther. If you could tell me, that'd be great. And I got the collector's edition because I saw it in the bookshop and I was like, ooh, that's pretty. And it's summery, so anything I could possibly want. And it's got little boats on it, like so. And it's got really cool, bear with, really cool end paper. Yeah. And this book, I was just expecting it to just get me through the last however many days it took me to read this of August. And like it did, but it was a very, very enjoyable experience. So this book basically follows Meredith, and I can't remember her, Meredith Fox. I was like, what is her name? But her name's Meredith Fox. And her sister passed away a couple of years ago, And every summer, her and her parents go to Martha's Vineyard because her grandparents, yes, they own a farm. And it's like a whole big family affair, like all of the extended families there. And they just spend the summer together. And obviously, Meredith's sister Claire passed away 2 years before, so they didn't go back last summer, but they decided to go back this summer because this is a big family. Meredith's cousin Sarah is getting married, so it's like a big thing. So they go back, and basically every summer the whole family always play a game of Assassin, where basically you go around trying to shoot people with water guns and stuff. And Sarah, I really hope I'm not getting her name wrong. I know it begins with S. I really hope it is Sarah, because otherwise I've been like, yes, it's Sarah. I'm right. So it's Sarah. So Sarah makes an announcement at their, like, the first night kind of thing, and it says, oh, in honor of Claire, we're going to play a really big game of Assassin. And it was just, I thought it was going to be, like, really, like, minor to the plot, but it was actually, like, a really big part of the plot, and I really, really enjoyed it. It was, like, really interesting just to be, like, who has who and stuff, and it was, like, great to see. It was a great backdrop to the romance that was unfolding in the book. And I loved both of the characters. I loved love interest so much. He was such a cool guy. And yeah, overall, I think I gave it 4.5 stars. Had to consult the paper again. And yeah, it was just such a good summer read. And I know it's a really bad time to be recommending summer reads because it's like autumn now. I know it's sunny today, but like for the first couple of days of September, it's been rainy, it's been stormy where I am, and just suddenly the sun's decided to come out today for whatever reason. So yeah, this is a really bad time to be recommending a summer read, but if in the winter you want a bit of escapism and just to reminisce on the summer, this is great. And for when it's actually summer, it's great. So I give this 4.5 stars, and yeah, I'd highly recommend it. And this one is so floppy. Like, look at that, and like I was able to like open it without cracking the spine, like all the way. Like, look at that. It's insane. Anyway, that was a really random thing, but yeah, that's that. So, if you've gotten this far, I'd like to thank you all very much for watching this little reading wrap up. It's actually been a really good reading month for me. Like, everything has been higher than 4 stars. Yeah. Everything's been higher than 4 stars, which is crazy because, like, I never get that lucky. So, yeah, that's very exciting. If you want to see my books that I read for the rest of this year, because I haven't done any other reading wrap-ups because I don't know. I don't know why I haven't, but I'm going to try and get back into the reading wrap-up routine. You can see the reviews for the rest of the books that I've read this year on my Instagram, which is at Bessie's Books 10. I post, you've got your reels, you've got your reviews, you got your random posts. Yeah, just check that out if you enjoyed this, and I really hope you enjoyed this video because I had fun making it. I always enjoy making reading wrap-ups because it's just fun to yap to a screen just and hope that someone on the internet finds it and listens and enjoys it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you had a good time watching it. I hope you have a great day, week, month, year, however long it is until I next see you. Have a great time then. Bye for now.